Deal with it. Oh, are we on?
We are on.
Hi everyone. This is a work of fiction. Deal with it. We are, we're reading more of the devil today. Okay, good. You can hear me, and I can clearly hear you eating chips.
Eating chips, sorry.
No worries.
We're starting, I was like, oh shit, I still got chips to finish. Just directly into the mic like I'm eating in your ear.
Nom, 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 nom.
ASMR. Alright.
Alright, let's do this. Of the devil.
Episode 1.
Ah, Morgan. Oh,
That
I
one.
think you gotta select new case.
Start episode 1.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. No.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do standard because we're streaming this.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
so here's the thing about like save scumming. It's like that's what the save function is there for. That's not save scumming. Save scumming is not abusing the save load system. That's explicitly what the save load system is there for, so that you can go back if you make a mistake.
enough. Enjoy
All
the
right.
mystery.
Yeah. So the usual thing applies. Let me make my own choices.
All right. I will say if you get one of the unlocked, if you get like an unlock question, always go for that first. Otherwise, you may not get a chance.
Disable tutorials. We know what we're doing.
This is, listen, I wanted to thank you for coming over.
Wanted to thank you for coming over.
Figures you'd notice.
Anyone could tell something's bothering you.
You're the first person to say anything.
What happened?
The police came to see me.
In public?
No, they wanted to be considerate of my privacy.
That's a first.
They wanted to talk to me about the other week. About my whereabouts and yours. I told them I didn't know anything.
They must have loved that.
Funny. What would you have done?
In your shoes, probably cursed them out.
I could see that.
Is there anything you want to ask me?
No.
Not even for a favor in return.
No favors lost between friends, I say.
Sounds like a toast.
Why not? To friends.
Raise a glass to that. Glass him! Vandalism detected. Incident logged. Recorded at 8:55 AM local time. Geopositional data encoded. If I could have all citizens in the area... It's you.
Fuck off, copper!
Visuals impaired. Facial recognition compromised. Pinging nearby opt-ins for corroborating evidence.
Hey, he's lined up every phone on the block. We need to go now, or... Oh, what? He uses outdoor voice? Or have us pinned down to our dental records before you can say we're fucked. Morning, Officer Leo. You look different today.
Hmm.
You do something new with your uniform?
Good morning to you too, Morgan Citizen. To answer your question, no, I have not undergone any recent retrofitting. If you'd like a more detailed record of my maintenance history, you can make a request for...
I've got it. Must be the new coat of paint. I
Good.
will say, for the AIs, like, the point is that most of the ones we're encountering sound human.
Right,
Because they've got the Turing solution.
but like, I like doing my robot voices that way.
Fair enough.
You're referring to, like, it's, like, it's perfectly normal, but like, the tone is all wrong for the situation. Is kind of what I go for. Because that's how it's written.
Yeah, fair enough.
You're referring to the act of vandalization that just took place.
Only the most recent one. Super Cop over here has a new dent every time I see him.
Need you to speak up just a little bit.
Only the most recent one. Super Cop over here has a new dent every time I see him. Scars honorably earned in a line of duty, scanning the street for jaywalkers and looters.
Don't worry, ma'am. A report has been filed and the police are working to resolve the situation.
Civil disobedience at this time of day. What's the world coming to?
They're just stragglers, ma'am. There was a period of unrest in the area last night. Unlicensed protesting and demonstrating without a permit.
Well, I hope you threw the book at them.
The disturbance was handled, but individual instances of volatility may occur during the next 48 hours as we work to apprehend outside actors.
Thanks for the forecast. So does the bleeding stop on its own?
Androids don't have blood, ma'am. This is just a leakage of oxidizing fluid.
My mistake. So you don't need a bandage, I take it?
The leakage will dry shortly.
With that conversation thoroughly exhausted, I let my mind wander as I wait for the signal to cross. I unfocus my eyes and dull my hearing, sinking beneath the hum of the city street, and fading through the lives bustling around me like so much sea foam.
Also known as How I Play Cyberpunk.
Do you want me to read this?
Yeah, this sounds like you. This sounds like Morgan, right?
Alright. Across the way, a large man with worn hands and an ill-fitting belt turns to a gorilla-like hulk of a machine and cuffs his hands in front of his mouth. Yo, 61! The machine halts its lifting with uncanny precision and turns to him. Going on break. The robot tilts his head to the side. Can't work the pilot without Schwinn up on the roof, so... I don't know, take a load off, will ya?
Understood.
Came the over-enunciated reply. The man, already walking away, tosses a dismissive wave behind him. Yeah, understood. A moment after the man turns the corner, the robot attempts to mimic the hand wave to no one in particular.
Goddamn coppers on every street corner.
At a bus stop, or what used to be a bus stop, now a charging station. A passionate young man voices his democratic opinion loud enough for the whole street to hear.
Declare martial law when I wasn't looking.
A small woman beside him, trying hard to appear even smaller, shifts in her seat. Well, they're just doing their job, so...
Bots don't have jobs, except the ones they stole from us. Notice how they don't patrol nearly so heavy in Uptown, even on the worst days.
His audience, captive by virtue of sharing the same charging pole as him, shuffles, coughs, and stares even harder at their phones. The woman that looks at her knees and pulls at her shirt.
Oh, this is uncomfortable.
You're kind of embarrassing me right now. He makes a vague gesture with his hand to indicate he stepped off his soapbox, and the shoulders of everyone around him relax a centimeter. Oh, that's just... A woman with exhaustion in her eyes sighs at a hologram floating above her chrome-plated palm, while a rounded, smooth-looking android pushes a carriage behind her. Ellen, walk her around the block, get her some air, would you? Apparently, this call can't wait, and it's louder than a garbage disposal out here.
Of course, Mum. I'd be glad to.
Android punctuates its sound with a sound halfway between a whir and a purr.
Like, I imagine Nannybot would have, like, much more careful inflections, so that the kids don't start talking like androids.
They do mention that the animate 16s are primarily in care industries, so
Yeah.
that makes sense. Which, judging by
Hey,
the
Annam.
coos and giggles coming from the child, seems to have been well received. Robots, holograms, androids, drones. Coppers, if you prefer. Can't so much as sneeze in the city without a dozen different ads offering you a handkerchief. There's a vocal minority that think they're the downfall of civilization, but for everyone else.
You're too kind, ma'am. Thank you for your concern.
It's hard to hate them when they're so eager to please. Crosswalk's giving me the okay. Keep us safe, yeah.
Have a good day, Morgan Citizen.
It's a bright, crisp morning in the city. Lights changing and people moving in click-clacking harmony, all smooth as clockwork.
Unpopular opinion, but a fully automated police force might actually be more efficient than an all-meat police force. Until it goes wrong, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things that's going to work perfectly right up until it doesn't, and then everyone's fucked. But you can't remove humans from a human equation like police work, unfortunately. But like for stuff like traffic cop, yeah, that's why we have lights and not police officers standing at every roundabout anymore.
Uh-huh. Were I in a worse mood, it would all be a bit much. But I went out last night. So I'm feeling pretty refreshed this morning. As I reach the other end of the street, I pivot lightly and give Automated Dependent Assistant Officer L30 my best impression of a salute. Thank you for your service! And of course, he creaks out a mirrored response. No sense of sarcasm, the poor bastards. But I didn't come all this way downtown to poke fun at the only happily employed class in human history. No, I came down here to make an important purchase. Today I'm going to buy a gun!
For us, by removing cops and traffic direction, we also automated out the one good thing they did.
Of the Devil, Episode 1. An Idle Mind.
I mean, like, if I have a crowd of fascists loudly protesting that they're going to kill all of the insert slur here, I would rather have a police officer between me and them than not. However, it becomes a problem when the police join their side. I think it's a lot grayer than ACAB, unfortunately, because ACAB makes a great bumper sticker. Hey, Fert.
No staff around, but all the lights are on. Should I have knocked?
What's up?
Oh, desk personality setting 6. The cool one.
Let me know if I can help you with anything.
I've probably forgotten more about firearms than you're programmed to remember. I bet you can. I recently acquired a license to carry concealed.
Nice! You in law enforcement? Do you shoot for sport?
Business or pleasure? Neither.
May I ask why you're looking to carry concealed, ma'am?
Oh, you know. Assault with a deadly weapon, cruel intent, that kind of thing. Some of my clients live in very rough neighborhoods. Even in broad daylight, coming down to the lower wards for house visits can be...
I see, you're a lawyer.
So I guess you could say I'm in the market for self-defense.
We have a wide selection of options for self-defense in a variety of sizes and calibers, with spread and PA fire options available. Despite the fact they said previously, I think, in like the last episode that there's not been any first-degree murder ever.
It's considered vanishingly rare.
Yeah. So like that would also kind of imply that there's not really a need for a self-defense weapon. If people aren't like inclined to kill you, there's no need for a lethal response.
Well, I think in this case, self-defense is very like.
I think in this case it's because this is set in America and you can't
yes.
A gun store is such a fixture that it not being there would be strange.
Yes.
My bad. PA stands for pseudo-automatic. What do you mean pseudo-automatic?
I know.
With conceal, I have to be at least small enough to...
This would go a lot faster if I just tell the desk what I want.
Be explicit.
I need a mag rail.
Word. Spread over a number of modes that utilize the latest in miniaturized ultra-capacity batteries to generate a Lorentz force, which...
slings a slug fast enough to miss the limb at over 30 meters. And it's safe.
Of course, ma'am. My bad. Two-factor safety is GPS and emergency services sync. Won't go off unless you want it to, and someone will definitely come running.
All those convenient safety features make it incredibly easy for the police, or anyone who can dupe their tool set, to lock you out of your own gun with a flip of the switch. You couldn't walk a piece like that down a single uptown street without passing through 9 or 10 no-fire zones. Basically, all of these guns are wired into like the surveillance state.
Yeah.
And can have their safeties basically like switched off and on remotely.
It also is baffling to me why you need a no-fire zone when no fire should be the standard zone.
You'd think.
The standard mode of gun usage should be not being used.
America.
Yeah, this game is definitely in America.
They're the very worst, most useless kind of weapon a criminal could buy. Sounds perfect. How do we get started? Why does it feel like every desk I run into has to be such a character? Mercifully, it's tucked itself away while the fabricators get the gun tagged. I've got time to kill, so is there anything worth checking out around the shop?
Always.
Some kind of news program. Most public places are too scared to put on any channel with content more political than the smiling micro apartment flippers. But this is a gun store after all. Power is always political. Hate these kinds of screens. Gotta look at them with your nose turned up or else they start eye tracking. Next thing you know, they're saying hello on a first name basis.
Creepy.
But I've got practice with this sort of thing. I can skim the headlines at least. Why the 12-6 work week gives us more free time than ever.
Jesus!
Cyberpunk! Yeah. I'm 14 and I tried dating a smart UI. It made me the happiest I've ever been. How term limits are anti-democracy.
They sure fucking aren't!
Oof. Transfusion from warm android saves soldier's life.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's one hell of a headline. If the Animate 16 weren't selling well before, I'm sure by now it's... Huh. Someone left a datapad out here. What's in the news today?
Lobo threatens Tetra with ransomware vulgarity. The internationally wanted terrorist and serial data thief, most commonly known as Lobo, has seized the cache of vital Keystone data files belonging to the Tetra Metallics group, according to a press release from the mining conglomerate. We are in the Ultra Kill universe, blood-powered androids. In a blitz of cross posts on 90 different socials translated into all 11 dominant languages, the supposed hacktivist, radical conservationist, and gentleman thief made clear the intent to ransom said files back to their lawful owners at severe cost. Though the posts were quickly flagged and quarantined thanks to user reports, Lobo's latest manifesto, which we have declined to publish here on grounds of journalistic integrity due to a strong language contained within, has remained in circulation thanks to the loose network of rogue data harbors, journalistic integrity doing a lot of heavy lifting there. In addition to sizable monetary ransom, Lobo put out a list of demands that span pages. Most prominent among them was a call for de-escalation of all conflicts surrounding rare earth metal deposits around the equator. Sources at Tetra refused to confirm or deny reports that Lobo's captured data impacted only their billing services, but insisted that the corporation could not in good faith resume distribution until the ransom situation was resolved. Market prices for rare earth metals surged following the hacking attack as supply halted and demand rose, stoked by memories of catastrophic supply chain disruption in the mid-21st century. A spokesman for Mining is Progress, a lobbying group that represents the rare earth metal industry, called Lobo's repeated attacks acts of error against the free market. Whoa there, looks like you're not logged in. Want to take care of that real quick?
Lobo again, or someone using their name. Suppose it doesn't matter if they're the original or not, so long as they're a genuine threat. And no one could snare a corporation as rich as Tetra without serious skills. It does seem consistent with Lobo's politics, making demands for
De-escalation.
It's not the first time Lobos voiced their displeasure with the decades-old simmer of conflict around the tropics. But unless the rare earth metals powering all our batteries and fueling all our pretty little androids are suddenly made a lot less rare overnight, I doubt the state will stop taking an interest in those regions' politics anytime soon. Eesh, would it kill you to clean up a little? Guess the desk kindly asking customers not to litter can only get you so far, if you're not willing to pay someone to sweep up.
Absentee landlord of the year.
Wait, is this trash? This flyer, it's scannable. Stagnancy theory? Really? They get a lot of self-proclaimed philosophers in here.
Stagnant world, modern man's plateau. Renowned net philosopher Corbin Cawthorne, real name withheld, offers to take you on a deep dive into the global trends and sociological patterns that have driven our planet to the halting point in this groundbreaking and controversial seminar. Moore's law used to be a benchmark, now it feels like a pipe dream. I mean, Moore's theorem, not law, has been broken already, so we ran into the physics wall. You used to dream of humanity marching bravely into space, of artists crafting virtual wonders that made the confines of our own reality seem limited. Instead, our brightest minds spend all their time and effort kicking the can of climate crisis down the road, while their more fortunate peers spend their most productive working years in search of engine optimization and customer experience design. Fuck, preach. The middle class, eaten alive by the rich they prop up, can no longer afford the very products they help create. Without mass consumer demand, tech no longer has the evolutionary pressures to be as small and powerful as possible. In stagnant waters, only parasites and disease grow aplenty. The only cure comes from you taking action.
Huh, there's another link at the bottom, probably leading to a collection dish. Or a state honeypot if you want to be paranoid. They better burn this shit before some neat freak idiot picks it up and gets arrested. Wait, how long has it been? Shouldn't take them that long to get my gun properly bugged.
I'm sorry, we've received a breaking news story. We're seeing confirmation and... Yes, we have it confirmed. Lead programmer at Noble Electronics and famed designer of the Turing solution, Dr. David Asher, has passed.
What?
Variety Vantage automated dependent management system along with the Animate series of androids.
Must be some kind of corporate propaganda tactic, or... No, they wouldn't risk... fake news, but why...
Perhaps best known for his breakthroughs in the field of machine learning and language.
Misinformation, maybe. Trying to...
Authored many of the developments that allowed for Noble's rapid growth and market dominance. David Asher is dead. Including the popular Desk series of smart UIs. That's very sad.
I didn't ask.
Sorry, I just...
Commands only.
Understood. Are you paying with cash or credit?
Debit. 10:41 a.m., July 1st, 2086. The gun was light, lighter than I expected. A real gun should always be heavy, greater than the sum of its parts. That's one of the things I like about them, their weight. Like they're anchoring the world around them. Like they're a fixed point in time. Like everything else is just relative to them, either closer or further to the end. I would have liked something heavier during that walk back to my apartment. I would have liked to have something to feel far away from.
I've expected the walls to be coated in a layer of skin.
Didn't realize I was home until my hand was on the door.
Oh, I've done that before.
What is this? What am I doing? What am I doing? Fumbling in my pocket for my lighter. Golden, polished, tastefully ergonomic, and fine and expensive. And a good lighter. It was a good gift. I kept the card, didn't I? Here it is. To the only smoker in my life. I know gold's a bit much for your personal style, but they don't make a lot of these anymore. Believe it or not, the only other people who share your vice are stuffy old men with expensive taste. Hope you can manage to get some use out of it anyway. Your friend, David. The news might have more information by now. Or not. Looks like the net's full of copy-pasted statements from Noble, auto-edited montages, ill-fitting quotes, reactions to the news from every micro-celebrity under the sun. The raw, authentic emotion, brought to you live from all the car seats and bathroom mirrors of the world.
That line makes me so fucking depressed.
But there's nothing about his death, not even a time window. Did he die this morning? Was he found dead in his bed?
Does this game not want to be streamed?
No, it...
Is like, I just got this like profound feeling of being like pointed at, of just like, yeah, you listen to your shitty takes on our art form.
It's Morgan. She can shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I get it. Like,
I had a real moment though of like, man, maybe I should turn off the stream and just go do something productive. Maybe I should stop stealing money from people. So for
hey,
watching my shitty
hey.
reaction content.
Oh Jesus. I wasn't expecting that to be our first.
Jesus
moment.
Christ, that hurt.
I'm sorry. Has he been dead for days while Noble's just been waiting for the right time to let it leak? Or did he die last night while I was out screwing around? A phone call? Better not be work-related. I'm not in the right mood.
Hi, Morgan! Thanks for picking up so fast.
She's Jessica Starling, who asked me to call her... Hi, Jess.
Listen, I need to...
I've already seen the news.
What? Oh. Of course you have. Duh. I'm sorry, I didn't tell you sooner. I just, with the company and the people and all that... What I mean is, if it were up to me, it would have been the first call I made.
For a decision like that to be up to David's assistant, about 1,000 other Noble employees above her on the ladder would have to get axed, but... It's alright, Jess.
Once again, this, designer has a type.
The type is...
The type is busty lesbians. Anyway, continue.
No one ever... Hey, they also like busty bisexuals.
That's true.
No one ever really knows what to do with these kind of things.
Still, I'm sorry you had to hear it from a stream Chiron.
doesn't make how the information gets to me. If I stumbled upon his corpse myself, and I would feel mostly the same. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to call anyway.
Yeah.
If I want more information, she's the best source I'm going to get. Maybe for weeks. What to ask at a time like this? I'm supposed to express denial first. But she's probably short on time. And I don't feel like following the playbook to the letter right now. Can you tell me what happened?
The police, they think that he took something?
Suicide? And the police are already involved?
They said it was some kind of poison, or...
God. Noble's got a lot of weight to bludge into the state with, especially in this city. I would think they'd keep the police at arm's length for at least a few days.
Listen, Morgan, I need to ask something of you.
Of course, Jess. Whatever you need. Whatever you need. Bit much, but she's grieving. This is just how people talk.
God, I fucking hate Morgan.
It's not like my day was really salvageable anyway.
I'd like to bring you up here to David's place.
What do you mean?
Oh, there's something I have to give you?
You're not handling his will already, are you? If the police are involved, it'll be a while before...
No, I'm sorry, it's not like that. Before he...
No, please, don't hold back on my account.
David asked me to get you into his hands. It wasn't work-related, but he asked me. I know I'm asking a lot here, but since this has turned out to be the last thing he ever asked me to do, I'd like to get it done.
I don't like showing up at crime scenes more often or more quickly than strictly necessary. That's when I only have to worry about the police. With Noble looming over all this, security will be doubled and scrutiny tripled.
Did she kill him? Did she kill someone up there?
Do you want an actual answer?
Yes.
No. This is too risky. There's no logical reason to agree to her request. Swing by my place with a cab, yeah? Besides my own morbid curiosity.
Right, of course. Thanks, Morgan. Thank you. Oh wait, I almost forgot.
What is it?
You don't happen to have anything you could wear in black, do you?
The autocab hums a synthesized purr as our on-ramp merges onto a canopy superhighway, steadily and suddenly all at once. Not much super about it, but it does cast one hell of a shadow. Canopies always felt very arts and crafts to me. Cobbled together, always added onto, never finished, never planned. It's clearly taken a lot of time and effort to make. But the end result's still ugly.
Ah, it's our satisfactory builds.
And it feels like it could fall apart at any moment.
You okay, Morgan? You look a little carsick.
I'm fine. Thanks for asking. But if I ignore her text now, she'll just send more later.
Oh,
you want to take which?
Hell yeah. Hey, Freckles. Saw your friend Asher on the news. Rep.
Thank you for trying to be sincere.
Let this shot.
We all have our strengths.
God damn, you're one passive-aggressive little girl. Why doesn't the filial piety go out the window whenever you talk to me?
Filial piety doesn't work on you. You love yourself too much to appreciate respect.
True, at the train. See, Freckles, you can be very insightful. When you aren't too busy side-eyeing the whole world.
Wonder where I picked that up from.
Not from me. Pretty sure you were born muttering insults under your breath. Nurses tried to make you cry and you responded by giving them self-esteem issues. Is this her mom?
Check the profiles. Check if her profile's unlocked yet.
I can't get to it yet.
Did you ever have dealings with Noble?
10 out of 10 shift in the convo. Subtle as a car crash.
Subtlety doesn't work on you either.
Well, it might. If you were good at it.
This is me asking you for advice.
Okay. Guess this never sunk in. Cause you spent most of your apprenticeship asleep? My clients were all celebs. They're rich and famous. Didn't have that many dealings with the Megs that own their likenesses.
Is it really that different?
Plenty! Celebs don't like people seeing the dirty side. They pay smart people like me to clean up their messes. Megs don't like people seeing them at all, period. And also, Megs are a lot more lively when it comes to fucking.
Gross.
Hard workers are a low stress event.
Stop. Do you have any actual help to offer?
Just be told. I had this one run-in where I got shit deep in a corporate intrigue.
Why?
Actually, that would probably say that I got C-word deep in a corporate intrigue. Cause I got. I wish I had a censor beat button. Cause I got. I've analyzed 45 poster girl.
God damn it.
Hard worker. Stressed event.
Glad to know I can always reach out to you in my time of need.
That sucks. I know you're in mourning. Look. Cold types little parents are paranoid drug addicts. Huffing glue and playing roulette on their phones. While fantasizing about stabbing everyone in the meeting to death. So don't expect to play nice because Asher was your pal. My actual advice is, go whatever you're owed. And get out of there fast as fuck, boy!
That's a beautiful thought, Auntie.
Nice. I mean it! Corporations prefer Viking funerals.
What's a Viking funeral?
Dignified ceremony with the bodies sent out to sea on a boat. Then, you set everything on fire and sink the ashes to the bottom of the ocean. Try to linger, Freckles! You don't want to be stuck on board when they start knocking their arrows.
Thanks. But what the hell was that about me sleeping on the job? I worked harder in one day than any of you Gen Alpha drunks did all week. Yeah,
Should've worked smarter! If you want to go there, you did literally fall asleep on the job. At the Christmas party.
And yeah, that's the character you're voicing. Was what is that? Why do you have that? It's not even accurate.
Work parties are still work, Freckles!
I only had my eyes closed. Because all you old farts had your cameras flash on.
Well, is something wrong? You're sweating.
Just deleting some spam. You can check her profile now. It's Masters. Victoria Masters. Wait, depends on the time of day. What?
Yeah, pre-shit or post-shit.
Likes handsome men, pretty women, expensive liquor. Yeah, that... Dislikes clingy people, prudish people, flying commercial. Jewelry, 24 karat. Age, difficult to verify.
Yeah, I've decided just to make her a fucking gremlin.
She's Gen Alpha.
Yeah.
Like, this is literally exactly what a Gen Alpha lawyer is going to be like around this time. Dancing, buying shoes, reselling shoes. Hangovers, soft mattresses, machismo for things she dislikes.
She relaxed and... Ah, her earnest smile. Oh,
On
positive.
point.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah. What you checking?
Oh,
What?
hold on. Six centimeters. So she's 5'9". Yeah, she's 5'9". And she's 138 pounds. She's the same height as me and half my weight. That's disgraceful.
I mean, there are reasons why.
Although, as one of my former employers once told me, most of my weight is stored in my tits. David Asher is the most metrosexual man I have ever seen. Slay.
Body count. You cannot ask someone that.
I just expect to see the that like Tumblr quote of like, whenever people ask me about body count, I'm not sure if they mean sex or murder, so I try and keep the numbers even just in case.
I also like that her hidden talent is baking.
Okay, yeah, these are the things that are notes that we have.
Ooh. Ah, I see. This has been recently edited.
Dead. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Citation needed.
Yeah. Oof. We've got a couple more minutes of crawling through the campy's guts before we reach David's part of the city. Uptown. Our better half. Gleaming opera houses and towering corporate apartments. Boutique shops with more cameras than customers. Penthouses stacked upon penthouses in a frantic climb to the top of the rat pile. All ringed in by restaurants with long wait times and small serving sizes. The joke is that uptown folks go most of the year without touching street level. Not much of a punchline there. It's basically true. By now, his whole block must be swarmed with cops, themselves surrounded by media and all encircled by onlookers. I could try and enjoy these last few moments of calm. But if the storm's coming either way, I'd rather use this time to try and find my footing. Actually, Jess, if you've got a second, I was curious about... I saw that headline, by the way. The one where your warm android saved that soldier's life.
Oh yeah, pretty feel good, don't you think?
So folks at the company must have been in high spirits lately, I take it.
That's what I thought when I first heard about it, but... I don't know, maybe upper management's never happy? Just writing sales harder than ever, pushing the traditional consumer markets. Thought they stopped building a picture of Congress the day the story dropped. Big patriotic campaign telling everyone why we need a contract for warm androids in the military. I haven't heard about them moving staff around for anything like that. Maybe it's all above my pay grade.
All the corporate power and money in the world. And they're just still such joyless assholes that they won't even celebrate their victories. Remind me, how many years did you and David work together?
Oh! I started with the company about 4 years ago. They offered me a temp contract when I was graduating. It's put in HR right in the middle of a hiring burst. Spent 2 months in the Warrens. An aptitude test got me fast-tracked to mid-low management.
Sorry, Warrens?
That's just what we called the company dorms back then on account of all the...
Yeah?
What lives in Warrens?
Bunnies?
Yeah, what do bunnies do? Yeah, that's why it was called the Warrens.
Perhaps.
Well, all the people.
Jess does look like she would naturally she would wear a pair of bunny ears well.
Unless it was underground.
Uh...
Didn't see the sun that first month. My skin got so dry.
Is that normal in your industry?
Not for everyone I've ever worked with. Except David, of course, but I mean, he was the best.
Yeah.
On Tuesday morning, Dr. David Asher walked right up to my desk like I'd won the lotto. Said I should come work for him. Dr. David Asher, directly. Around Tuesday morning, like it was nothing.
He didn't like to do things on Mondays. Said people were always too tired to get anything done anyway.
Yeah, that's right. He did say that. Should know by now, right? 3 years of arranging meetings and keeping him organized, and Casey straightening his tie. He was a good boss.
He was a good guy.
Yeah.
When did you last speak with him?
In person? Thursday. Thursday afternoon.
The day before yesterday.
He seemed normal. I mean, I didn't... Somebody know... Oh, it's you.
We still don't really know anything, Jess.
I mean, I can see one motive for his murder right there in his profile.
What?
He retained the patent during his life.
Interesting.
For the Turing solution. Right, thanks. Thursday's the last time I saw him. That's when he asked me to meet with you.
I'm guessing you've already been to his place?
Yeah, it's a real mess over there.
It's that bloody?
Oh god, no, not that kind of mess. It's been the cops stacked on the media, stacked on lawyers, some of their network of drones and all their droning. It's very, very high productivity atmosphere is what I mean.
When were you able to get over there?
I got a call from legal late last night. They weren't exactly delicate in breaking the news to me.
Last night?
So he needed my help sorting through all his... You know, he left things organized sometimes.
He's been dead since last night, and they've kept it under wraps that long? I know there are a lot of powerful people in his circles, but to stop it from leaking for over 12 hours? That seems like more than just your typical powerful people trying to control the narrative. Seems more like there's something they're actively trying to suppress. So you found out last night.
Right, last night. Oh god. So I should have told you as soon as I found out.
Really, it's alright. Did you see anything?
No, I still haven't actually seen him at all. This I left at the hospital ASAP, so that's where he passed, so... I didn't get the impression the cops have been there that long. Compared to the lawyers, and the rest of the company people seem pretty entrenched.
Noble set up camp before the police even arrived. So what time would that have been?
I guess I got there around 9 p.m. Because at 9:15 they switched my phone to silent mode and I got locked out of everything but my work stuff. It's at my last blat 9:13, see? Gonna expire whoever put me in heels this morning, it me.
They can do that to your phone? Lock you out of social media?
Of course not. Unless I'm out of the clock or off the clock but on company property. And they can remote all my tech, yeah.
How convenient.
So if I got in at 9 p.m, I guess the rest of the company people have been there since 8:30 p.m? I haven't been there more than a few minutes before the mood changed. What about the hospital declaring dead has started to leak?
I see. He died after he reached the hospital. That's unexpected. 2086. You might be in trouble if you get stuck in bureaucratic purgatory when you need to be in the emergency room. But other than that, you reach the hospital alive. A good doctor can stabilize most any patient within a few moments.
Yeah, general policy is with emergency injuries anyway. If your heart's beating when you get into the ER, your heart's going to be beating when you walk out of the hospital.
Noble Electronics' lead programmer would have had a very good doctor. So what the hell happened? Was she mistaken? Was he just not officially declared dead until reaching the hospital for some reason? Or...
Hard to think about, I know.
Yeah. Or hard to believe. Jess, I have to wonder, what kind of request did David make of you that it couldn't wait a few days?
Right, of course. He asked me to give you something.
Something? Is she trying to build suspense?
Right, it's just, well... I don't know exactly what it is.
You have no idea.
He asked me to give you the contents of his safe.
Are we headed to the bank?
No, so he has this private safe in his basement. Maybe you've seen it? I say safe, my more accurate call it a storage locker or a false wall.
And all he told you was that he wanted me to have what's inside.
Right, he was very clear about that part. Your eyes only, straight to your hands. Handle it in person, he said.
Strange. This is all pretty analog for someone as technically gifted as David. Coming from anyone else, I'd call it paranoid. But David was never paranoid. Even when he had every right to be. If he wanted this handled a certain way, it must be for a good reason. So, David asked you to do this on Thursday, correct?
Yeah, Thursday.
And he passed last night, Friday.
Yeah. We don't think when we met, he'd already decided.
It's not healthy to speculate on that sort of thing. More importantly, it's not helpful. The dead don't have anything to offer the living. I should know.
Probably right. Besides, we'll need to focus.
Hmm?
Jump by the size of the crowd I'm looking at. It looks like we're about to jump into the thick of it. Why was there a dash at the end of that sentence when she didn't cut herself off?
I think it was. I think because it went to Morgan for a second, but there was a continuing line. Noble Employee Housing Building, Platea. Lobby. Your line?
Oh. I thought there were a lot of police here before. Maybe too late to ask, but you're not bad with crowds, are you, Morgan?
She's kidding, right? It's downright airy in here compared to what we just waded through. Wide eyes and clenched fists, heads peeking over shoulders and around signs. Police, both mechanical and warm-blooded, closing ranks with holograms and quick-set wires to draw a severe perimeter. While protesters, mourners, fanatics, and busybodies shuffle about at the edges of the police lines, the heat of their panicked anxiety washing over. Who the hell were all those people?
Yeah, why are there protesters there? What are you gonna do? Like, try to what are you trying to do? Write a sternly worded petition to bring him back to life? No, there's always been people with strong feelings about our products.
Android stepped forward into the mob, gently, firmly, unfeelingly parting the human tide. Most of them with official police branding, but a few remotely deputized consumer models emerged from the crowd to join them. All of them built by Noble. All of them built from David's code. All of them standing vigil outside his tomb. That's what they're protesting.
Ah.
This is all technically company property, isn't it?
Yep, David had the penthouse all to himself, but every other floor's tenants are Noble employees too.
Not an uncommon arrangement in Uptown. Work at Noble, rent from Noble, wave hello to your noble neighbor in the morning, and make sure to request a spot in line at the official company crematorium. They don't actually do that last part, I think.
I've worked for a couple companies where that could definitely have been the case.
Yeah. Does Noble handle employee funerary arrangements?
Considering that Sentry Inc. would openly discuss in their board meetings, which protesters they were actively funneling dark money to, yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's pretty standard benefit actually. It's cheap for them compared to dental. But Noble's always been generous with benefits. Work hard and the company will have you set for life.
Both the state and Noble have gotten themselves entrenched here in the lobby. Security and damage control and PR and liability. Everybody just glad to be working. I'm feeling a little overstimulated. Any chance we can just skip all these checkpoints?
No, absolutely not.
So why do we need permission from the cop? So who do we need permission from? The cops or the company?
My request went through, so we should have the go-ahead from both at this point. But we don't need to go to the actual, Still got a crime scene if it was not technically a crime?
I don't want to think about how many suits Noble's paying to debate that question right this very instant. David's vault is in the penthouse's basement. We can't get to it from these ground floor elevators. I'll have to ride straight up to the rooftop veranda, walk in his front door, and then head down. Jess says we can do all that without stumbling across where he died.
Okay. So just flash my ID card at any problem that comes up.
Including him.
Hey ladies, look, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we're at capacity at the moment. Let anyone else by, we won't be able to maintain... That lawyer, Morgan.
You caught me, detective. How long's it been?
Feels like it's been ages.
Oh dear. Not still bitter about our last encounter, I hope.
I'll live.
I don't see the spunky one around. She taking a mental health day to preserve that unflappable charm?
Detective Reyes is around. Wow, you miss her that bad?
I've had blind pimples that were more endearing.
You two know each other?
Just Starling, meet homicide detective Cassim London.
It's a pleasure, miss. Oh, likewise.
As you might have guessed, the detective and I are acquainted. Comes with the line of work.
Morgan's being modest, sweetheart. We're practically blood. Oh, wow, me, sweetheart?
Something wrong, Starling?
No, nothing wrong. Those as we are, I still can't just let her walk in off the street and onto the scene of an ongoing investigation. Even Noble's lawyers have to play by the rules today.
Play by the rules, so there is a game. But also, I love that Morgan just straight up does not understand why Jess is getting flustered by Cassim.
Yeah.
What makes you assume I'm here in a professional capacity?
Also, Jess definitely was part of the Warren polycule. The greater noble Warren polycule. You're a criminal defense attorney and we're at a crime scene called an old man's intuition.
Good detectives don't rely on intuition, though, do they? Do they? They rely on evidence.
I don't rely on it, don't worry. Need to lean on it every now and then when my back acts up. Oh, cool.
Guy gets a bit of gray in his hair and thinks he gets a free pass to act like a goddamn cowboy.
Yeah, I gave him the right accent.
Well, I'm afraid your intuition is off this morning, detective. I'm here on a private matter.
Deceased wasn't your client?
No, that would have been a conflict of interest.
Conflict? You two knew each other. I see. In that case, allow me to give you my condolences.
Thank you. But what I could really use is a bit of your help.
You sure rally fast.
Jess.
Right. We have this clearance here, Detective Sir, from legal, which allows us... It's alright, little lady, I trust you. You can leave the paperwork holster for now. Little lady?
aren't here for David, really. We won't be staying put anywhere near your staging area, Detective.
Alright, why not?
How generous.
I can afford to be generous today, because if I screw up, plenty of folks at hand ready to pick up the slack.
Well, if you're that at ease, perhaps I could take this time to ask you a few questions.
You can always ask, Tiger. I think you understand what I mean when I say whether or not I can answer is not entirely up to me.
David was one of the biggest names in tech. He was the face of Noble Electronics.
Huh?
One could argue androids are only as common as they are today because of his contributions to the field.
Some people felt that way, sure.
So do you think anyone would want to hurt him because of that?
Remind me, which one of us is the detective again?
You really won't let me pick your brain?
You already know the answer. Yes, ads are controversial, androids especially. We at Noble are aware our products are sometimes the subject of heated debate, but no need to quote the handbook at us, miss. I'm getting seasick.
Oh, is it? Because it's...
What is... Like, I just... yeah. Truth be told, I've never really understood the hate.
It's not that complicated, is it? How many people have lost a job to an ad at least once in their career?
Every last one of them lost their jobs because their bosses, their flesh and blood bosses, fired them. Ads are just a symptom. Scratch that, ads are just a product. Getting mad at them is pointless. Vandalizing them is less than pointless because unlike us, they're all insured. And besides, Android production has surged over the last decade to become one of the nation's biggest exports. True. Nice to have at least one thing we make in this damn country. That's right, Noble only outsources the production of a small handful of internal components. Every other part of the manufacturing process is probably done right here at home.
I somehow doubt everyone considers the specifics of Noble's supply chain to be a point of national pride. But you don't need a political science degree to see how much the state values Noble's contributions to the national economy. You boys in Noble all getting along with each other? Sharing your toys?
Some of the younger ones are bristling. I always play well with others, Counselor.
And how well do the Megs play with you? They give you full access to building security?
Giving us access, and they say it's full. Some big penumbra system, top of the line coverage, top to bottom of the building. Size of a data stream's torrential. It'll be a while before we can start making sense of it all.
A more conspiratorial man might think that was intentional.
Bury us in the data and hope we're too swamped to find whatever it is they're trying to hide? Maybe. They give you full access to penumbra? That means every android in the building's feeding you that full spectrum. Know your stuff. Penumbra pulls data from any androids connected to a building's net. That's not much help since
there weren't any androids in the penthouse.
Right. No, I had heard the rumors. Never put much stock in them, but it's true. Asher nearly never owned a single android. Never. Suppose I might do the same if I was the genius who programmed them all. Every time they opened their mouths, it'd just be...
His own lip surface refracted 1,000 times over, echoing back at him from behind a mask he carved.
AI. This is the creature in the woods that speaks with your face. So that means you have investigated with the penthouse's security cameras? Yeah, but that should be more than enough to wrap up a case like this. In a good way, I mean. Very much on top of this, ladies.
I've been checking my phone, but the only thing the news seems to agree on is that David passed away.
Sorry, but if you're asking for details...
No, thank you. For not letting... Oh, sorry. Let me take that line again.
Yeah.
No, thank you. For not letting them make this into a parade. Yet.
Do our best to respect the privacy of anyone involved with an ongoing investigation.
He declined to say victim. Detective, Dr. Asher was a close friend of mine for many years.
Yeah, he trusted Morgan more than anyone.
Can you tell me if he killed himself?
It looks like that's the case.
I see. Thank you for telling me that.
Dr. Ash? Yeah, you're, well, sorry.
Another round of guarded words.
Oh, so her thing, her line, which should have been, Dr. Ash.
David was an important man, and it has only been a few hours. But all this tiptoeing gives me the feeling that whatever happened to David, it wasn't cut and dry.
I mean, having been very nearby a suicide, like, not like physically, but like personally, you tend to tiptoe around it quite a lot.
Yeah.
Even if it is completely cut and dry.
You're looking a bit haggard. How long have you been here, anyway?
Since this morning. Civilized folks don't call it morning when the streetlights are still on.
Even if you got here around 1 or 2 in the morning, that still means homicide wasn't brought in until hours after Noble had the lay of the land. Sounds like you could use a break.
I could use the retirement package. Hey, you're a lawyer, right?
According to all my business cards.
Think I can sue for elder abuse?
Not that kind of lawyer, sorry. You would lose, though.
I already regret asking.
Why have they got a homicide detective losing sleep over this anyway?
Our man is dead, and he wasn't killed by fire, a vehicle, organized criminals, or disinformation.
As far as we know.
So at the moment, homicide is technically not the worst fit. Oh, yeah. Arson, traffic, cyber, I guess, and, we're leading in name only. A high-profile death like this, everyone's got an eye on us. A hand placed firmly on the back of our neck. Alright, now listen, I don't mind being helpful and I am trying to be sensitive here, but we really do have a lot on our hands at the moment. So I'm going to have to ask you to be discreet and ideally fast. Well, our business is just in the basement, David's basement. And I was on the top floor, so his basement would be...
Second to last floor if you want to be technical, detective. The point is...
We don't need to go into the kitchen or the parlor. We'll just go straight back to his workshop and then head downstairs.
The kitchen and the parlor.
I understand. All the same, I'd like to escort you two ladies there myself.
Wow, an escort like royalty. Isn't he a gentleman?
Oh, yeah, he's...
Lead the way, detective. I need to run to the bathroom real quick.
Mhm.
Start this transition.
So, chat, how's it going with you? I got an art project on the go, which involves this, which is a resin mold. I wanted to make something really cool looking, so I've been spending a little bit of extra time learning how to, well, make something cool. It's probably going to be finished after I come back from Anthrocon, unless I really pull my finger out on it. But, like, yeah, it's going to look really cool. Plus, I've got a show on Monday at Night at the Bijou, which is at Cobalt in Phoenix. Tickets are available. You want to come see me perform in person? It is not difficult to do.
Okay.
You're back.
True to his word, London ushered us past the chattering suits and humming drones, through the checkpoints and into the elevator. As it climbed into the sky, we got a good look at the growing throng of people gathered outside, and its shifting makeup. Seems like it's mostly protesters now, or worse, brand loyalists. Idiots led around by the nose their whole life, following the musk of whatever trend is laid out before them each morning. today's trail having led them here, for half reasons they couldn't put into words, even if their lives depended on it.
Morgan, have you ever considered that your attitude of being holier than thou to literally fucking everyone just makes you a bitch and not insightful in any way?
They're like
I
insects.
guess not.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
And they look like them from up here. They're probably already preparing their spin. The misunderstood genius of Dr. David Asher, a video essay in 5 parts. Morgan, want to tell us how you really feel about YouTubers and Twitch streamers?
I think we're gonna have a break shortly so I can go make some art.
Okay.
Because I'm feeling absolutely fucking useless right now.
Why the company insisted on cultivating such a following for him, I've never understood. They could have easily pinned his achievements on someone more marketable. Some random photogenic employee or a fashion model with glasses. David wouldn't have minded. He never wanted the attention, the chaos. Maybe it's as simple as bad luck. He just happened to have the right look for the part. A man buried in his work with his eyes fixed ahead. We're taking a break then?
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah, no worries. We'll go do our own thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go, cute. Yeah, I'm gonna
Alright.
go try and find a way to be a productive member of society, I guess.
I did have fun then, but
I had fun too, but that fucking hurts.
it's like it's coming from I think it's coming from two directions in terms of writing and characterizations. Both like uh Morgan's general misanthropy and also the the thought that clearly bothers her that people are going to exploit like content about her one of her few personal friends
Uh-huh.
for clout.
I guess.
Like
Like, I guess it's
her
I guess it's personal to her, but like,
yeah,
still.
it's like she has a general disdain for other people. Like
Literally everyone. Who doesn't she have
yeah,
disdain for? This character is exhausting. She spends her entire life hating people so much. The only way she can feel better is by randomly killing someone. Our hero.
all right. So break time then.
Yeah, break time then. Alright,
Okay.
folks, we'll be back with more of this later on. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
I am gonna go take a nap first because clearly I'm crabby.
Hugs.
And then yeah, I'm gonna keep working on the art piece I'm doing.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.